Yeah, that's right.
Hi, welcome to the Game Society Pimps podcast. I'm Aaron, and with me today, if you use your imagination, is...
Morgan Freeman.
And...
Christopher Walken.
And...
The President of the United States, Barack Obama.
And maybe...
Liam Neeson.
Who announces himself like that. And also two guys with beards.
Hey.
Yo.
Whose names are Emery and Adam, if you...
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Adam.
don't know.
Emery.
This podcast is not meant to be good. It's just meant to be a lot of fun and fucking around. And so let's get started. Leonard Nimoy dead.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Sucks.
83. Had a good run. Right?
He did. How old is Kirk?
Boy.
Shatner?
Yeah.
He is a person.
No, he's Kirk.
I don't know if Kirk's been born yet.
We're talking Spock and Kirk only here.
I'm guessing 81.
Ah, okay.
I'm just guessing.
He's looking good for 81.
Surprised, though. Surprised he's still alive,
Yeah.
honestly.
He's a little bloated, but aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
Some of us more bloated than others.
This is the bloated side of the table.
Yeah.
Mhm. Fair enough.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I know I have to do something.
I'm sorry, Jason.
It's all right.
You'll get better. We're talking about Leonard Nimoy, damn it.
Yeah.
Don't make it about your own big self.
Life is for the living, Aaron.
What does did Morgan Freeman know Leonard Nimoy?
Yes, I knew Leonard Nimoy very well. We used
Leonard?
to Leonard. I knew Leonard Nimoy very well. Now, here's a story you might not know. It was me and Tommy Lee Jones, and we went and we lit Leonard Nimoy's house on fire one night.
Okay.
And we were running through the yard, and he shot at us with a taser.
A taser.
Yes.
Like a phaser.
A taser, yeah.
A phaser.
He phased us and he tased us, and then I crawled to safety, but my legs wouldn't work. And,
Sunsetting.
Yes, and Tommy Lee Jones, he died.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember that in the news.
No, he was brought back to life.
Oh.
Oh, did they send him down to the new
Down to
planet?
no, I sent him to the infirmary,
Oh, the infirmary.
and that's where Bones put him back together.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a brilliant story.
Star Wars.
Do you know who we're talking about?
Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
He's getting up there himself.
Yeah,
so.
he's lived pretty long and prospered too. So.
Yeah, you can't really. You have to take everything he says with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very sad. It's not. We respect Leonard Nimoy, and he was a huge influence on all of us in a variety of ways, including his song about hobbits.
Yeah, the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins. Some might say the lowest point of his career, but I completely disagree.
Nope, opposite.
I can throw it out there. He did a video game called Seaman. He did. There's a video game on the Sega Dreamcast called Seaman where he was the voice of a talking fish.
Oh, that's so cool.
I liked him in Fringe, the Fox show Fringe. Was pretty good. His part in that was pretty good.
He was also in Transformers.
He was also in the Star Trek movies.
I don't remember that.
I really liked him in those movies. He was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Wrath the Con.
Yeah.
Really, like... Spock! Don't ruin the ending for people who haven't seen it.
So you're saying he said Spock? That was his line?
He never did. That's what Kirk said. Who the modern
You
day
mean Shatner?
Yeah, you know who the modern day Kirk is?
Oh.
It's Rick on Walking Dead.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And they
Carl!
just replaced it. Yeah.
So now the guy's actually playing Shatner now.
Carl! Spock!
You mean Rick Grimes?
Spock!
Sure.
You mean Rick Grimes, right?
No, the actor who's playing Kirk now in the new Star Trek movies.
Is Rick Grimes?
No.
What are you talking about?
Okay, end of line for that conversation.
Yes, it's over.
Next subject. Grand Theft Auto 5 is getting delayed for the PC.
Oh my.
Again.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm sure to do bug fixes and stuff.
Well, they're good. Good, right? Good?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of there's two sides to look at it. I mean, there's the one side which is good. They need to delay the thing to fix the bugs because that's a complaint that everybody has. I hate it when they push that shit out and make us play games that are not finished. I mean, tons of people complain about that stuff. But then at the same time, it gets delayed and then people complain about that.
Here's the thing. Look what happened last time when they didn't delay enough, and they did the online multiplayer shit, and it was a disaster.
Halo
Even
Master Chief.
President Obama was there.
Yeah, and look, if you're going to talk about bug fixes and trying to get things right before you push them out into the world, I think we have to bring up the Affordable Care Act and healthcare.gov.
We don't have to bring that up, Mr. President. You just love to bring it up.
But healthcare.gov is a good example of fixing the bugs after it's already been used by millions of people.
So a bad idea.
So we're going to release healthcare.gov 5 San Andreas. And we guarantee all the bugs will be fixed.
Well, that's a good point.
It's frustrating because I really want to play, and I really am looking forward to the mods that people make to the game.
Yeah.
But if they have to get the game perfect, so that the mods are going to work too and be great, then I think we'll just have to wait.
Yeah.
Sucks, but it'll happen.
It's only a 3-week delay.
For now it is, but there was already previous delays, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's also the possibility. I don't know. I haven't been in school in so long. There's a possibility that maybe it was supposed to be released at a more convenient time for children.
It's immature.
Like third graders.
Oh, who cares? Yeah,
I'm
sure
just
you're right.
saying.
Third graders.
We want to get
Kindergartners
this.
will be playing.
We want to get this game out in time for Easter, so that parents can put it in their third graders' Easter baskets.
So your theory is that they delayed it so that children will be more likely to.
I don't know. I'm assuming that children are the ones who complain about it the most. It being delayed.
Yeah, the children that aren't allowed to play the fucking game.
aren't allowed to play.
What are you even talking
We're
about?
playing mature games for. Okay,
Are you censoring yourself?
I'm saying it's over.
It's over.
That
for me.
discussion is
I'm out.
over. Specifically.
He ejected himself from this
He
conversation.
did. He's very animated. Emery he's pounding the table. I don't even know if you're doing that.
Yeah, you're
No,
like a dictator.
I don't
You
know.
just-
It's like Khrushchev with
I-
his shoe with the UN.
I feel like
good
a
reference.
cornered animal. I have to pound it and mark off my territory.
You look like
yeah, you're like Khrushchev.
you look like a cornered animal.
He has to pound it. All right, what's next?
Well, let's move on here. We're going to talk about the Power Rangers reboot that was
Yeah.
just removed
Yeah.
from the internet.
Yeah, that whole thing went viral, and everybody loved it, except for some of the people involved in Power Rangers. And now it's off YouTube.
It was a fan-launched project.
Sure.
And it sounds like the people making the new Power Rangers movie were either upset that it was probably better than the movie's going to be, or they didn't like how violent it was, which it was very violent. So.
Oh yeah.
So they're rebooting that franchise to make a new movie, and everyone was hoping, oh, this will be a good adult, mature movie. So these guys made a fan film, and since the Saban company took it down, we have to assume that they don't like it because it's too violent, and now we probably will be getting a kid-friendly movie, which is very disappointing.
Well, I mean, that is an assumption still.
It is.
There's no real proof of that. I mean, maybe they just did the gritty reboot better,
Yeah, that's possible.
And they're upset because there's a better version of what they try to do.
They just didn't have Starbuck in it, probably, so they were pissed. They were like, how'd you get Starbuck?
Watching it as a guy who admittedly did not get into Power Rangers at all younger. Yeah, I just didn't. I missed that era. I was off doing something else.
Being in college.
Having sex.
Having sex and being in college.
Probably having. No, I wasn't having sex, sadly. But watching that now, knowing the history of the franchise and knowing that it was kid friendly, and seeing that now, it feels like they pushed too hard. It feels like they could have scaled back on that, on the level of comic violence, because to me it was comical. It was Kill Bill comical, right? It was fountains of blood everywhere, brain parts and shit. So I think you scale that back a little bit, and you can still be gritty and you can still be real. The acting, everything else was fine in it. So I just don't.
They still would have got shut down, though, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely! It's a trademark infringement.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not. What they're claiming it over is a piece of music, saying that they owned it, but he actually did completely authentic original music.
So it isn't
it's
a
bullshit.
trademark infringement to use the characters under copyright or license by
Not
the
under
right?
YouTube's rules. Under YouTube's
But
rules, it has
under-
to actually violate
under-
copyright, not trademark.
Under the law, it is. So there's
We're not
further-
lawyers.
It's right to parody.
No, exactly.
Well, but that's not a parody.
How is it not a parody? It's
Because they're not.
It's 100% a parody.
They're not making a parody of it.
I would call it a parody. Because
definitely right
You just
parody.
said yourself that it had comic violence.
Yeah. Ooh. It's 100% a parody. They are completely.
I think we're misusing this thing already.
All right, this is.
What?
No, put it back. I'm
it's
not
coming
really
back.
ending the topic.
How will we know when the topics are over? If we
Like
don't
that.
know
That's
about
how we
it.
know.
Yeah, that's supposed to be.
Mid sentence, just. Beep.
So it's not a parody because it's not as outside of the realm of what they were doing. I mean, it's more violent. But you said Power Rangers used guns. There's violence in the
I
Power
think
Rangers. And
Christopher
stuff.
Walken would know more about this than we do.
Look, guys, Power Rangers. There's a turtle, right?
No.
No.
That's TMNT.
What about the new monsters? Some sort of squid. Power Rangers squid.
Adam, why don't you explain it to Christopher Walken?
Yeah, come on.
What Power Rangers is?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
there's aliens, they want to come, destroy the Earth, and then there's a bunch of kids who can morph into super beings and fight them off.
Scientology.
Okay.
Is that?
No.
Yeah, it's like Scientology for kids.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Look. So, Power Rangers wear different colored suits. Different colors represent different things. Right. Red, anger. Brown, dookie.
There's no Brown Ranger.
There should be
The Pink Ranger.
pink. Pink. You know what pink is.
No.
Sex. Sex.
He's actually right about that.
Yeah,
one.
the Sex Ranger.
The Sexy Ranger.
Sex Rangers.
So, look, they made a mistake. They shouldn't have done what they did.
No.
The aliens, they shouldn't have attacked the Earth. Pissed off all the Power Rangers like that. It's crazy. I don't think we're getting anywhere.
Yeah, we're good. Talk about Power Rangers to like the limit of Power Ranger chat that can be reached.
I don't know about that, man. I used to chat about Power Rangers a
Dude,
lot.
all day. All day. All day.
Uh-huh. Like, who
five.
would win in a fight? You know, Red Ranger versus Blue Ranger. I mean,
Red.
Obviously, the Red Ranger.
Well, unless it's Billy versus Rocky, I'm
Well,
going to give it to Billy.
totally,
But if it's
yeah.
Jason versus Billy, I'm giving it to Jason.
Well, I agree. I agree. With
all right then.
that. But what? No.
That was the real end of this conversation.
All right.
I'm gonna let Adam do this one because I barely know what this means.
Okay, so the Nintendo has been releasing a series of Amiibo figures that are little toys that can interact with your 3DS, your gamepad, and so on for the Wii U. And these figures have been selling like crazy. A lot of chase figures. People are going nuts, attacking themselves in the stores. There was a new one. Yes, they're beating themselves up over these damn toys.
I can't have one.
Why do I need this?
Well, if you've ever gone there, you can't help but wonder why do I even have a slight interest in this little stupid toy? So you do punch yourself. But anyway, Nintendo is making a new one, a Mario one that is golden, exclusive at Walmart, and the assumption is people are going to die to get this thing. So this is like Tickle Me Elmo all over again.
So what it is, if it's like Tickle Me Elmo all over again, is that there's a warehouse somewhere in China that has 1 billion of these. And they're going to give each Walmart store 5 of them every week for 2 years. And then, just like Beanie Babies, there will be some old women selling the gold Marios at garage sales in the year 2018.
For nickels.
For nickels.
Can we actually talk about Nintendo, or do we have to be signed with their new partner agreement before we even
No, we
say?
can talk about it. We just can't show their footage.
Yeah.
So we can't show you the golden Mario. Look it up on yourself. On your own.
Not even a picture of it.
I don't know.
Sure, we can show.
I think it's not.
I've seen
safe.
people get strikes over just pictures.
dangerous.
From Nintendo,
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Perhaps you should draw a picture of it.
No, that would be a parody. Right to parody. Yes, we could do it.
How about a censored drawing of it?
Yes, a blurred out drawing.
So this
what
is an
might
Oscar.
be something that
golden.
Nintendo owns.
That's what we're doing. And here it is.
Go ahead. You had something?
I don't think so.
You said you wanted to talk about Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just said you
Well-
wanted to talk about Nintendo.
He was just asking, like.
Well, okay, so for veer off topic a little bit, I'm really not sure about the whole Nintendo establishing a channel where you can go and release Nintendo commentary on their video games, but you have to sign with them to do it.
Yeah.
Like, this is a really disturbing trend obviously for us who have our own channel. make videos on video games. If we have to sign with Nintendo to make video games about Nintendo games, we're dead. We're done.
If you're going to use their footage.
I want to quickly clarify in case you know, Nintendo has formed their own YouTube network,
Yes.
and they are threatening strikes against channels unless you are signed with their network if you want to use their gameplay footage.
They're
However, their
threatening
network is
strikes,
plagued
like
with issues.
air strikes?
Like if I were, yes, exactly. If I were to play Smash Brothers and then put that footage on the internet, and I'm not signed with Nintendo's network, they could put strikes on my channel and theoretically shut my channel down.
Sure, because they have more clout on YouTube with YouTube than you do, presumably.
Yes, because they're a network.
Sure.
Well, you know, I think ultimately the bigger networks that are interested in making Nintendo videos are probably going to try and stop this. I mean, there's got to be some legal reason why they can't just do that.
Well, if
You
you're
know?
going to use footage from a game, and again, the game being trademarked or copyrighted, that's a legal issue. You could make a video game. You could make a video game content video without showing the content, do commentary on a blank screen, and you'd probably be fine, presuming you don't use any of the music from the game.
But people are able to review movies and use scenes from movies.
That's because the Motion Picture Association of America grants that purpose for review only.
It's protected under fair use. There was a lawsuit that actually settled it. There was a court case. That has not happened with video games yet. We are living in a gray area where that still needs to be established.
But the assumption is that that applies to video games as
Yes,
well.
but it's not
as
actually
movies
written
and
in stone.
television. But yeah.
But technically, Nintendo has that right. It is their intellectual property, and since there is no actual
Yeah.
court case to decide this, we live in a weird time.
So what I'm saying is, ultimately, before it becomes a huge issue, there's going to be some sort of lawsuit
There
filed,
needs to be.
probably by not somebody like us, like just regular dudes doing this stuff, but like some sort of big company that has an interest in this. There's going to be a lawsuit, and then there's going to be a court case.
Eventually,
that
it'll
decides
have to be figured out, and what I hope happens is that people like us who do commentary or even make new stories with video games are allowed to keep doing that because that is creating something new. It's like appropriating. You're appropriating something in art.
Yeah.
It's a
does
derivative
that.
work.
Yeah.
But if you just repost video game play with nothing, then I think they can feel free to get rid of that. But
Let's plays like that are an interesting gray
that's
area.
not a let's play. You're not saying anything. If it's just showing the video game, I don't really know
how
that
popular is that kind of
That's
thing.
really popular.
That's really
because
popular.
people just want to see what the game is.
There are channels that will just play a story-based game, like let's say the Order 1886.
Oh.
People will play the entire game and just not say anything, put the entire game on the internet, the footage of it, and if you only wanted to know the story of that game, that's a good way to do it without buying the game. So I could see why they'd be opposed to that, but who's gonna not buy Mario Kart just because some people made a video about Mario Kart? That is free advertising you can't buy.
Well, look, a good video game, you can't get out of it more by watching it being played than you can by playing it.
Yeah.
It's like sex. I could describe sex to you. I could show you sex, but wouldn't you rather have some? I mean,
Not with anyone at this table.
At the same time, people really like to watch the sex and then
do,
use their
yeah.
hands to pretend like it's really happening, and you can totally do that with video games.
Is this how you do it?
Yeah,
This is Emery jerking off. I can rub that.
I'm trying to.
or like this if you're like old school.
Oh, joystick, yes!
Paddle. Oh, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
I don't know. You ever tried that? That's
Sorry. Yeah, it's.
No. Wait a
No,
minute.
we're on.
Only I press this button.
We haven't even broached
Okay.
the actual topic.
Hold on a
of
second.
We
discussion.
barely talked about it.
Hold on a second. Relax, boys. Relax.
Okay.
Okay.
You relax.
So, what I'm curious to find out, like, what John Madden thinks about people playing the new Madden game and doing
There's a new Madden game.
every year a new one comes
Yeah,
out.
yeah. You always have to sign it off.
Oh yeah, I thought I was signing for a pizza. A guy comes to my door and he's like, hey, Mr. Madden, I'm a big fan, and hey, here's a box that's got video games in it, and here's a pizza, and sign this, and then and boom, pepperoni, sausage, and mushroom, all that stuff.
And pepperoni, sausage, and license this game.
License approval.
And then he comes by later with a microphone in a bag, and he's just like, hey, can you say boom? And boom, and then he leaves.
But the subject was that Walmart is releasing a golden amiibo of Mario.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we'll probably have a bunch of people attacking each other.
That was a good subject.
All right, so DuckTales is coming back in a brand new series.
DuckTales, woo woo.
So many awesome reboots happening. It is a wonderful time to be alive.
But is this a reboot?
Yes,
Really?
it is flat out described as a DuckTales reboot.
Yeah.
So they're starting over as if the original DuckTales animated series from the 90s didn't happen.
80s and yes.
Yeah, that's what a
80s.
reboot is.
80s. That's exactly verbatim what a reboot is.
Yeah.
They reboot it.
You take something from the 80s and then you restart
again.
it. as if
Well,
it never
it doesn't have
existed.
to be from the 80s.
It seems like it.
They're rebooting Sigmund the Sea Monster, and that was from the 70s.
But
We don't know that.
But here's the thing. There's nothing to reboot because DuckTales wasn't particularly serialized. What are they going to do? Make Scrooge McDuck into a woman and make her poor? No, they're going to have the same damn setup. It's the three annoying nephew ducks, Donald, who still sounds like he's broken, and Scrooge, and then they're going to float around and swim in money. It's not really a reboot. They're not going to change
It
anything.
is. It's like a, I don't know if there are other specific terms for it, but it's like a vanilla reboot.
It's
you know what I mean?
It's just
It's
they're
like-
making the show again.
Yeah.
They're not going to reboot it in any way. They can't reboot it. There's so little that was serialized about
Well,
that.
I think that instead of
Did anyone die in the show? in the show DuckTales, was anyone murdered? Because if it's a reboot, they just pretend that person was never murdered and they start the show.
I think in the last episode, Huey, Dewey, and Louie were all murdered.
They all took their own lives.
they were
Yeah.
poison. There was poison.
Yeah.
They all
They're-
drank antifreeze.
Yep.
There was insurance money to be made for Scrooge.
But I mean, the reason it's a reboot is because they're actually casting Morgan Freeman as Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Now, and this is, I have a script. I have a line from my script that I would like to read to you.
Excellent.
This is a scene where I'm in the shower, and Huey dumps some lye over the top of the shower curtain. And of course, for those of you who don't know modern chemistry, you dump lye in there, and then it's gonna hurt quite a lot. My eyes! I can't see. You son of a bitch! I'll murder you. And then I swing the shower curtain open, and I can't see because of the lye that's in my eyes. And there's Huey and Dewey and Louie, and they're laughing, and I'm naked, and except for my spats, I'm always wearing my spats. And then I get out of the shower, and I proceed to break the shower towel bar off the wall and swing it at the ducks.
Well, this is all animated, Morgan, so you're not really...
No. He's talking about the Power Rangers reboot that the guy made, the DuckTales reboot that the Power Rangers reboot guy made.
Yes.
He's making a fan film of it.
Yes, I murdered them all.
Skewered them all. with the same towel around.
DuckTales gritty reboot.
Oh, man.
With Morgan
Yeah,
Freeman.
where they
Morgan Freeman McDuck.
nephews kill him for the insurance money. Inheritance.
You know, here's the thing. I probably watched this show like once, but I was a big fan of the show FuckTales. I wish they would reboot that.
FuckTales.
FuckTales was awesome.
You can still find that on the Pirate Bay.
The main character in that was Scrooge McCock. And who were the kids? I forget.
Gooey.
One of them
Gooey.
had to be
Gooey.
Screwy.
Gooey.
Screwy and Pooey.
Pooey. Oh, no.
Well, he was the weird one.
That's kind of like a niche thing, right?
So anyway, I wish they would reboot FuckTales because that was good.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Oh, man.
All right, we're on to our final segment of the show.
Yeah.
This is like an opinion part. This is where we do an opinion bit where we all talk about our useless, worthless opinions about things.
About some sort of subject.
Yes, that you should not take, or you should take very seriously.
Extremely.
Extremely. Here's the thing. When we put out videos, we're still making on our channel, Game Society Pimps, we're making series with Fallout, New Vegas, Skyrim. We're still doing Skyrim. We're telling like a story. It's almost a serialized story within Skyrim that we're just using Skyrim for. But these games are old now. Nobody cares about these games, right? Well, yeah, we still fucking do care about them. We like them a lot. Obviously, I'm a big Bethesda whore, and I don't understand when people make comments saying, well, you guys are still playing this shit? It's like, yeah, I am because people are still watching us play it. And I can't play every single fucking new game that comes out. I don't have time to do that. Nobody does. Nobody has time to play every single new game except unless they're under the age of like 16. Then they can play every new game that comes out.
All right, so this is the segment where we horribly insult large groups of our audience.
No, just him.
Who have I insulted specifically? So
Everyone
Anybody-
under 16 or anyone who plays video games.
Yeah, anybody over the age of 16 who has played every video game.
I
that's come out recently.
95% of the audience.
Okay, first of all, I used to be under 16, and I would play
That was
all
a
the
long
new video
time ago.
games. I would play all the new video games. There was like 2 when I was that age. because
Exactly.
It was the 1920s.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
He played Calculator. And Calculator 2.
We played Abacus, actually.
Right?
yes.
And child labor.
Okay, important thing to note is that Skyrim and Fallout New Vegas are still massively popular. If you were to go to, like, let's take Reddit, you were to look at the subreddits, right, for each video game, the Skyrim subreddit and the Fallout subreddit are massive. I mean, they're not as big as Minecraft or League of Legends, but they're still, like, in the top, I don't know, 15 or something subreddits. And these are games that have been out for years.
Well, and Minecraft has been out for years, and
That's
there's
true.
still millions and millions of people playing it. So,
Yeah.
the whole like attitude towards like, oh, it's old, you should only play new games. Like, I don't get that, you know.
In case you aren't really following what he's saying, because I sure as hell am not. A lot of people, the general perception is if you try to play a game that is at least a few months, if not a few years old, then for some reason you're perceived as an asshole on the internet. And we don't really know why that is what we're
Yeah.
saying. Do you, and how do you guys feel about
And
that?
there's also this weird thing where if someone else on the internet has already played the game and posted gameplay, and then you post it, then you're a fucking idiot because someone else in the world already played the game. I just don't fucking get it.
Do you think like about season 3 of The Sopranos, the creators of the show were getting letters that were like, "You're still making this fucking shit? Come on, dude. Why don't you make The Wire?" Like, that's the mentality. I get it. Look, I get it. People can have an opinion about anything. It's the internet. They're going to have a fucking opinion about this. It's down below. Just write whatever crazy fucking shit you think of.
By down below, he means on your dick, right? It on your
Right.
dick.
On your dick, ballpoint pen.
And then shove it into the computer monitor
Over and over again.
until it appears in the comments section on this video.
It's fine. Look, it's fine. It's fine because if you have a new game, if you have a brand new game, what's the game that's perhaps the newest and most sought after currently?
If we say anything right now, it'll be out of date by the time this goes up.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine if you're talking about a sports team that's not doing well, people are going to comment. They're going to give you shit. If you create something, somebody's going to look at it and go, "I don't get it. Fuck you." You know, that's a thing. It's fine. You can have your own opinions.
Well, I think we need some presidential advice on this topic because it's
Nobody
hard.
gets more shit about everything that he does
Oh,
than
if you
our
just
president.
if you say Obama in the comments, it turns into a massive flame war.
There was like
Yeah.
40 people who just went nuts.
exactly.
Yep, they're like, "Hey, Obama, net neutrality. Look out! Oh no, he's coming to abort me." You know, all of those things. And if you don't have thick skin, you know, or an orange skin like John Boehner, these things are going to bother you.
Yeah.
A hater's going to hate.
Yes.
Haters going to hate.
Well, you know, not everybody is as good as you are at having such a thick skin and like letting these terrible comments just bounce off. Do you have any
seriously.
like advice?
I cry myself to sleep every night.
Oh wow!
And Michelle, she told me sleep on the couch because the bed gets wet and I tremble when I sob and weep myself to sleep at night.
Shame on you, internet trolls! Look what you do to our president.
You're making our president weep uncontrollably for hours.
The most powerful man in the world brought low by 13-year-olds online.
Sometimes when I cry in the shower, I don't even know.
You don't even know if the water's on.
I don't even know if the water's on or I'm just. Yep.
Well, thanks. That was good.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, for this very first Game Society Pimps podcast. let us know what you'd like to hear us talk about on the podcast in the future. And thanks for watching.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some sort of a comment section.
Yeah, we'll read comments. So leave some comments. I know there's going to be some good ones.
Yeah.
Some doozies.
Check out our channel. It's called Game Society Pimps. We have a lot of funny series. We got Celebrity Impression Man doing stuff over there, and it's a lot of fun.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Jason Stevens on Twitter.
/Twitter.
Twitter.com/Mr. Jason Stevens.
There you go.
At MR Jason Stevens with a P.
Whatever. It's on the screen.
Yeah.
Fuck.
There it is.
I have my own channel too. And do you?
I don't. I just work here.
This guy.
I have another channel where I drink beer and play board games. It's called Blame Society Films. Check that out too if you want to watch us play the board games. And
Mine's
be
right
silly.
there. Sorry.
Get.
Mine.